Hey, it's Brian with Reclaimed Republic. Going to take a look at the 17 items that sold this past weekend in a little more detail. So I've got a short video up that talks about the top 5, but wanted to just spend a little bit of time talking about all 17 items that sold, where I bought them, how much I paid for them, how much I sold each item for, and talk about whether or not they were promoted. So we're going to do that at a little bit of a high level. So over the weekend, and the weekend for me counts Friday afternoon whenever I stop shipping orders. So that's going to be a few items from Friday afternoon, and then the rest of them from Saturday and Sunday. So there were 17 items in total for $386 in sales. That's gross sales. That's before all the fees and shipping and all that. And of those 17 items that sold, 11 of them were sold on promoted listings, which is about 65% of my sales came from promoted listings. So I've been seeing about 50+% on average coming from promoted listings. And just a quick, just a brief synopsis of my promoted listings. So I tend to promote things at about 2 to 3%, just about every item. If an item has 100% sell-through rate or better, I don't promote it. If an item has an okay, say 50% plus sell-through rate, but is very saturated, there's lots and lots, maybe hundreds of them, I'll promote it at maybe 5%. Typically I've got all the margins built in for that already in my pricing, so I can price it at a competitive price and afford to do the promoted listing. For me, it's worth it just to get things sold faster and to turn my cash faster so I can buy more inventory and sell more items. So I know it's completely up to every seller. Some people don't promote, some people promote really heavy, and everything in between. So right now I've got about 98% of the items in my store promoted, and I've got about 365 items currently in my store. All right, so let's get into the items that sold. The first item that sold was this Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible. I picked this up at an estate sale for $1, sold this for $15.89 plus shipping. These ship medium mail, so it's a flat price no matter where it goes once you get your weight and your specs in. Next item that sold is this Shiloh Drilling Belt Buckle. This is a brass belt buckle safety award. So it's a safety award on the back. They're all numbered. I picked up 2 of these at an estate sale for $2 a piece. I've already sold one. This is the second one that sold for $24.89 plus shipping. Oil and gas stuff tends to do pretty well, as well as like gasoline type gas, not just raw oil and gas, but those type of things tend to do pretty well. So if you see those at a garage sale or an estate sale and it's a low enough price and good enough condition, I'd give it a shot, at least comp it on eBay. There were no comps for these at all, but they're vintage, they're brass, it's oil and gas, so I bought them. And $4 into $50 for the pair, so pretty good deal. Next item up are these Duluth trading pants. These are a big size. These, where are you? 44 by 32. So I picked up 4 pair of pants at a garage sale. I can't even get them all in the screen. So these are the Ballroom Double Flex. Picked these up at a garage sale, 4 pair in various sizes and styles, but they were all bigger. So it looked like somebody was fluctuating in pant sizes and kept buying Duluth pants. And picked these up for $4 a pair. I thought they'd sell for a little more. I didn't comp them because I knew Duluth stuff was pretty high priced and did sell, but picked them up for $4 a pair. Sold these for $18.89 plus shipping. Sold these in about a week. Next item up was a pair of jeans as well. This was funny. I was watching ADH Dave, and he was doing, pulling orders. He was talking about how much he hated selling clothing, and then he listed some jeans, and I'm watching it on my phone, and he holds up a pair of South Pole jeans, and as soon as he holds them up, I get a cha-ching on my phone, and I sold a pair of jeans. It was the craziest thing. I left him a comment, probably sounded like a stalker, but I had to tell him that it was just way too coincidental that happened. So I picked these up at a garage sale for $1.65, so they were 3 for $5. These are the Wrangler FR jeans. You can see that FR back here on the tag, and they've got a rating here on the pocket, and you've got orange tags all over the pants. Those are fire resistant jeans, which makes them worth a little bit more money than just a typical pair of Wranglers. It also says FR on the tag right here below Wrangler. So picked them up for $1.65, sold these for $19.89 plus shipping, sold these in about 1 week. Next item up is this Minecraft glow squid, which there's the face. So there's the face. A lot of the dots and stuff here, just on the face, the dots on the face and the little tentacles, they all have these little patches here that take in light and they glow in the dark. So the picture I put up on my listing was in my photo booth with the light turned off, and I only opened up the smaller photo hole in the front so you could see it glowing for the picture. But which the pictures you take matter so much. The quality, I mean, just using a cell phone, my phone's 4 years old and it takes great pictures, but just making sure you take the right picture. Most people, this was in a very, very saturated item. I saw on comps, let me back up. I picked that up for 50 cents at a garage sale. I knew it was Minecraft and I was like, somebody's gonna buy that. And once I went to list it, I don't know, there was 80 or 90 for sale, something like that. And there was 1 or 2 that had sold. And I just was like, come on, Brian, why'd you buy that? But almost everybody just had the picture of it just sitting on, you know, a table or wherever in the light. And I was like, this thing glows in the dark. Why would you not have your first picture be it glowing in the dark? So I put up a picture of it glowing in the dark, and I sold it in less than a week. So I sold it in about 4 or 5 days. Picked it up for 50 cents. It was cheap. I sold it for $5.86 plus shipping. Most people were trying to sell them for around like $10 free shipping. I'm not a huge fan of free shipping, just because I don't know exactly. This is kind of a weird big deal. I know you can stuff it into a bag, but so I ended up sent an offer. I think I had it at $6.89. I sent a 10% or 15% offer. Sold it for $5.86 plus shipping in about 5 days. But whenever people are looking at that, they might see that item and see the price, and then go back and they can see 80 other ones, but they decided to buy mine. And then ultimately, I guess they probably stopped and looked at mine, which is why I was able to send an offer, because of the photos I was taking. So I'm not a photographer, but try to take good photos. This Build-A-Bear Lavender Frog, this is a retired color. I've seen some of these. There's a handful of them listed. So whenever they get scarce on the listings, they'll sell for a little bit higher price. They were slightly saturated, I'll say. Picked this up for $1 at a garage sale. I didn't know it was retired. I just knew it was Build-A-Bear. So, but $1 turned into $25.93 plus shipping. Next item up is this vintage Stetson Roadrunner straw hat. This is actually brand new. It still has the factory tag here, and it has the price tag right in here. Somebody paid $26.95 for this hat when it was brand new at a department store called Anthony's here in Oklahoma City. That doesn't exist anymore, but this was not priced at an estate sale, and I carried it in. Hats were $4, and I walked in and it said ball caps, $4 for ball caps. This was on the top shelf of a closet, kind of tucked away. If you weren't looking on the top shelves on purpose, you would have never seen it. In fact, I think this was the 3rd time I'd walked through this bathroom closet area, just seeing if I missed anything. And I looked up and there was this hat, and I walked in the living room, and the lady that was running the estate sale, I said, hey, this wasn't marked. How much do you want for it? And she picked it. She took it from my hand. She goes, oh, this is a Stetson. And I went, oh, crap. And I said, yeah, I saw that. And she goes, how much do you want to pay for it? I said, well, I want to pay $5 for it. And she goes, deal. And so that was awesome. But I had it listed kind of high since it is new for a while, and I was just getting no action at all. I had a couple of views. That was really about it. So I took the price down, ended up sending an offer. Once I kept checking, anytime I had the ability to send an offer, I wasn't sending an offer if there was only one person that was the interested buyer. One popped up where it said 3 interested buyers. And usually I in my brain, I'm like, if they know they're competing against other people, I'm more likely to get a sale. So I sent an offer out and sold it for $55.92 plus shipping. So $5 into $55.92 plus shipping on this hat. All right, next item up is this copper saucepan. This is all copper over tin. You can see the scratches on the bottom here where it went through, and there's similar scratches inside where utensils have scratched it up. But it's copper, clad, and then it has a nice heavy brass handle. It's got some weight to it for sure, but it's unbranded. I picked it up at a garage sale for $3 and ended up selling it for $37.89 plus shipping. And that was off of a comp. It was a sell one like this off of a comp that I found where somebody has sold this exact same saucepan that was unbranded. And so that one went for $37.89 plus shipping. The next item up is this. This is a Disney store. Sleeping Beauty, 5 more minutes. This is a ceramic cup, no lid, which I definitely called out, and there was no lid in the photos. But I picked this up. Actually, my wife picked it up at I don't know if it was a thrift store or garage sale, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And it's an item that I pulled out of storage from whenever we moved back home here. So picked it up for $1 back then, and sold it for $4.16 plus shipping on an offer. Just glad to get it out and get it into somebody else's hands. Next 2 items here. It's a set of Pyrex Spice of Life little mini casserole dishes. These are from our personal collection from home. So these have been in our family for 30, 40 years. But decided to go ahead and let loose of these. So sold the pair for $18.89 plus shipping. So I've heard Justin Resells talk about this, and though he's not saying you should do it this way, I decided to do it the way he'll do personal items. And Justin, if you see this at all, sorry if I'm putting words in your mouth, but go back and watch his videos about how he sells personal things. But so what I'm doing is I'm assigning, once I get to the end of my calculation for what the net profit is, that's what I'm putting in as my cost of goods, so that it zeroes out. Because usually, I guess not always, but usually whenever you have things that are personal that you're reselling, you're selling them for less than you paid for them, so you're losing money, really. So I don't want to pay taxes on, saying, oh, it's free to me, and then having all this profit that I'm paying taxes on when really I paid for the item. So that's what I'm doing on personal items. But I don't think that's I don't feel like it's cheating, but if you feel differently, drop a comment down below, let me know. But $18.89 plus shipping for the pair. Had these listed for about 18 hours and they sold. Those were on a promoted listing. That's another reason there's a lot of Spice of Life products out on eBay for sale. So I think, whenever you're promoting it, I had to promote it at 3%. Promoting it plus my seller status and my shipping metrics and all that kind of stuff kick in. I think that really helps, and send them out the door. The last comp I'd seen for an exact pair like that was $19.79 or $19.84, something like that, plus shipping. And I do 89s, so I priced mine at $18.89. So I guess a little less than $1 less. Maybe that helped. But next item that was sold was this vintage Corning Pyro Ceram casserole dish in the cornflower blue. So this was a personal item as well, and got this from the house. Sold this for $19.89 plus shipping. It's the item I'm least looking forward to packing this week, this Monday. But good sale there. Same thing. Had it listed for about 18 hours, and it's sold. So next item I picked up at an estate sale a couple weeks ago. This is it's a 12-inch adjustable wrench. It is Blue Point, which is made by Snap-on. Now, what you don't normally find is it says Blue Point on this side, and then when you flip it over, it actually says Snap-on Tools Corporation there. So a lot of times it just says Blue Point, and people know that Blue Point's made by Snap-on. This one's double branded. They were selling for about $25. People were cleaning them up. They were shiny. They looked brand new. I didn't want to make this one look like brand new, so I sold it for $21.89 plus shipping, and it's rusty-ish black with its patina on it, with its patina. So 1 into $21.89 plus shipping, I feel like it's a pretty good turnaround. Had that listed for about a week and a half. Next item, this is a cool one. This is a vintage Sears Craftsman truck box. So this was meant to go under the seat or behind the seat of your pickup truck. I picked that up at a garage sale for $2. I picked that one up with another smaller one inside of it for $4, so $2 each. I was walking around this guy's garage sale, and I found a few little things to buy, and those were sitting under a shelf down low. You couldn't hardly see them. They were dusty as all get out. Had to really clean them up. But just paying attention to what's up high, like that Stetson hat, what's down low, like the toolboxes where other people aren't looking. Other people are just looking on the surfaces, and just what's right in front of them will pay off. I knew they were cool. I thought about keeping them if they weren't worth anything, just because I thought, well, they'll be useful, until I started comping them. This was the only one listed on eBay, and it was listed, it had, I think there was 4 or 5 sold. This was the only one listed. It still took it's been about 4 or 5 weeks to sell, even with that kind of a sell-through rate. And I did promote it. And the reason I did that is because I knew people may be searching by the model number, but people may also just be searching truck toolboxes or truck boxes, not necessarily Craftsman or Sears or the model number. And I wanted to make sure when they were searching truck boxes that mine popped up because of the keywords at the very top, not just somewhere down in the mix. So got that out the door for $54.89 plus shipping. So $2 into $54.89 plus shipping. Sold it in about 5 weeks. Next item up is this Le Creuset. This is just a lid. This is a size E 10-inch like stock pot lid. Got this in a lot that I bought of pots, pans, of Calphalon and Le Creuset. It was all packed together in this big tote. Very, very dirty and dusty. Had to wash everything, but so that one was $1 and sold it for $14.89 plus shipping. Next item up is this tiger stripe hat. Just a ball cap. It's brand new with tags. I picked this up for 90 cents. My wife and I were going out to visit my parents, and we stopped at a Love's gas station to get some gas. And I walked in and I saw a clearance bin, and I had to look. So I walked over to the clearance bin, and they had tons of these. This brand is Black Canyon Outfitters, which is just kind of a no-name brand, but they had tons of these hats, and I guess they were getting new ones in. So they had about 20-some hats of varying patterns, but they'd have multiples of each pattern or type. They were marked down to $1.64 per hat. And I was like, I can probably sell those for 10 or 12 bucks. And I just grabbed all of them, took them up to the counter, and they started ringing them up. And they were ringing up at the wrong price. They were ringing up at like $4 or $5 a hat. I said, no, that's the wrong price. Look at the tag. And the lady, it was a store manager, she started complaining about how people did markdowns in the system and this and that. And so she's like, I'm just going to do this and this and this. And here, we'll start ringing them up. And when she got done, they were 90 cents a hat. And I said, I think that's cheaper. She goes, I don't care. That's their problem. That's their problem. So I bought the hats, a whole bunch of them. This is the first one that sold. I listed these last week. So 90 cents into $9.89 plus shipping. Next item up, I've sold a few pair of these recently, but they're these Star Wars Darth Vader Stance socks by Stance. Paid $6 for these, sold them for $10.89 plus shipping. I've got one pair left. I'll be so glad whenever they go out the door, and I don't have any more Star Wars socks to just barely break even on. And the next item are these, is another personal item, are these Tsukihoshi, yeah, that's right, I said it right, Tsukihoshi shoes, kid shoes. So whenever my oldest son was real small, we found that these shoes is kind of a boutique brand you'd find in boutiques or specialty shoe stores. They fit him well and they lasted, so they weren't just falling apart. And so the store that we were buying them from was going out of business. It was a specialty independent shoe store, and we bought several pair in bigger sizes, and this is a pair that he never wore. So still have the tags on them and everything in the original box. So I looked online. We've had them for, I guess, about 16 years now. So looked online, and they're selling. Not these newer models are selling, but I listed these and sold them in less than 24 hours for $24.89 plus shipping. That's everything that sold over the weekend. It was a really good weekend overall. Sales last week, you'll see when, if you watch my full week video, were a little bit slower than the few weeks before, but it was Christmas week. It's to be expected for sure. People are enjoying family time, which I did as well. I was way behind on my listings last week because of that, but I don't regret it at all. It was still a good week. Sold, I think came in at around 32 items for the week, which is still outpacing my 1% of inventory per day sales. So I'm just happy. If you enjoy videos like this, you can check out below. I've got some other videos that you can take a look at. For everybody that has been subscribing, I really appreciate it. It's the channel's growing quite a bit over the past week or so. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. I'll make sure and get back to you. Hope you have a great day.